Hi guys. Today I will be talking about marriage. Uh Marriage is two people coming together to form a union. Um the reason for marriage is all about to for conjugation and for um recreation. Okay. Um Marriage is not something that you jump in. Marriage is not something that you jump in. You marry in the sense that you are capable of doing it. You're not marrying because uh, you just want to have sex, or you just want to make up, or you just want to fulfill your family purposes. Marriage is one thing that you have to plan your life before going into it. The purpose of getting married is for procreation. When you when you're planning to get married, you are supposed to be ready as a man, and a woman, you also get ready. You are supposed number one thing that you have to do as a married man, when you find your couple, when you find your loved one, when you find your fiancé or whatever you call it, your baby or whatever you want to call it, all you have to do, the first thing you have to do is to check your genotype. Most people don't know their genotype until when they fall in love. They will start running helter skelter, which is not supposed to be so. You are supposed to know your genotype before you proceed with I love you or not loving anybody. Your genotype should be the first thing that you should know from your spouse. AS plus AS is not allowed to get married. SS and AX are not allowed to get married. Yes, AA can marry AS, which is very, very important to notice, to know that AA can marry AS, but AS cannot marry XS or AX himself. If you do that, you are jeopardizing yourself. You want to put yourself in trouble. Nobody on earth should tell you that AS should marry AS. That is going to be a jeopardization. You are jeopardizing yourself. You are trying to bring up children that will suffer. So, this is the reason why AS cannot marry AS. In those days, they will say that you have a manje in your family, that there is death in this family. The reason why so many parents lose their children those days is because there was no genotype test. So now the technology has brought out this genotype in which every one of us need to know our genotype before going into marriage. Which I've teach you this, I've taught you this, that AS cannot marry AS, but AS can marry AA. It's perfect. Okay, but AS cannot marry SX. I'm just giving you the tip of the popular genotype that we are having on earth right now. Others does not exist. AS, SX, and AA. These are popular genotype you will see. outside there in the society. So be careful. No one should tell you that AS will marry AS. That is a jeopardization. You are trying to bring up children that will suffer. And if I were that child, I will curse you as a father. So be careful. Be careful on the kind of children that you want to bring, the kind of offspring that you want to bring. So nobody should tell you that we have a center where they can miss SS. That is not true. They are trying to lure you into what you are not up to. Secondly, I would like us to talk about before you are planning for your marriage. Marriage is not all about this girl is beautiful, this girl is not beautiful. Marriage is all about you yourself knowing who you want to marry, knowing the capacity of who you want to marry. That is very, very important. Knowing the person that you want to marry. That is why they will always say you should marry your friend. Knowing who you want to marry is very, very important. Ladies, this goes to you that you should know the man that you want to marry. Men, don't marry because she has good shape, figure eight. Marry because you know the person. Love is not even the reason you should marry because love can mislead sometimes. Try to know the kind of person you want to marry. Try to know the kind of category of person that you want to marry. Try to know the family that you are going into because immediately you pick up a daughter, immediately you pick up a son, you are automatically part of that family. Yes. Once you marry a daughter, once you marry a son, you are automatically part of that family. So these are the important things I would like to teach you. If you want to get married, try and know the family that you are going into, which is very, very important. It's very, very crucial. It's very, very important that you know the family that you're going into. It's very important. These are the things that you need to know whenever you're going into marriage. Be very, very careful in selection. Don't marry because she's fine. Don't marry because she's has figure eight. Marry because you have seen what you want in a woman. Yes. Seeing what you want in a woman is not that physical art look. Seeing what you want in a woman is that her inner being, that her inner mind. When you have inner man in Christianity, that is how human being man has inner man in their own being. So you need to know her inner mind. Let me tell you, some people, the reason why you see rich people going for poor people today is because most of those poor rich people did not act like rich, but the poor just pick them up and they want to brush rich man. At the end of the day, rich man will show himself that he's a rich man. Okay? As a rich man, you don't need to marry, you don't need to go to these top flamboyant houses to go and marry. But I'm not saying that it's depend on the person because if your ego is very high, you don't need to marry a woman that has this high ego too. You need to marry a woman that has lower ego. If your partner has a high ego, you understand, you need to marry a woman or a man that has lower ego, or else you have issue because two masters cannot stay in the same ship. It's very, very, very important. Two masters does not stay in the same ship. So know what you're doing in marriage. Know what you're doing in marriage, or else you have issue. Yes. Try and figure out what your partner wants most. When you figure out what your partner wants most, try and maintain it. That is very, very important. It's very, very crucial in marriage. Try and maintain it. Yes, money is not what makes well money is what marriage. Money is secondly what make marriage sweet. Money is the number two. Why? The first thing that you made up marriage is number one, understanding. You have to understand your partner. Love is the last because love will fail on the way. But the understanding that you have with your partner, the maturity that you have with your partner, these are the things that will lead you throughout your life. Try and understand what I'm saying. The maturity you have with your partner, these are what will lead you. Try figure out what will make you stay with this woman forever. Not that immediate feeling, but the everlasting feeling that you're going to feel in that marriage. Think about it. Yes, you have to think about it. I'll be teaching you more about marriage in my next series. Try and follow my page on Facebook, Ugo Achumba on Facebook. His Royal Highness Eze Ugo on TikTok. Thank you very much. I love you.